Paul Harrell, weekdays from 4 to 6. Learn more at paulharrell.com.
I'm telling you, last hour it dawned on me that there was a miraculous article that appeared back in June of 2016, right as Governor Asa Hutchinson came out for a national internet sales tax, meaning he wants Congress to act. And it was the biggest baloney of an article. And I remember thinking, why did Red State write this? Who in the world called somebody to get a Red State article about this? The headline was, "Cheers to Asa Hutchinson for respecting the Constitution on sales tax." And in it details how, way to go, you don't want to pass the sales tax yourself here in the state of Arkansas, but, you do want to respect the Constitution. You want Congress to act. And it just dawned on me last hour that this article existed. I forgot all about it, and it shows Governor Asa Hutchinson to be completely flip-flopping because months ago he supported state action that was openly admitted to be unconstitutional. Anyway, it's pretty fascinating. I'd love to get the comment of Mr. David Crow. David Crow is on the line. He is with the Arkansas Tea Party Alliance and the chairman of the Faulkner County Tea Party. David, welcome back to the program, sir.
Hey, Paul. I'm glad to be with you.
Yes, sir. I know we had to miss last week. I was on live remote in Batesville last week. But have you – I don't know if you've been listening to the show the last hour. It's okay if you haven't. But I'm telling you, this article that I remembered is really – interesting to me, and it really goes to show that if you put these guys on record long enough, even the carefully crafted language starts to fall apart.
Yeah, I have seen – we've all witnessed it, and we've all sort of scratched our head. And but it all boils down to that this governor is substantially different than what we thought we were getting when he was voted in. We anticipated some conservative values and principles being discussed, passed, and put in place and to help the people of the state of Arkansas. But what we've seen is a progressive governor step in, and he has done everything possible to terminate and to eliminate people that have stood for conservative values in every possible way. And it's a saddening event to cause it to, that I've seen occur. But getting back to what you were talking about with the internet tax, I mean, the man was no doubt for more taxes in this session than probably any governor we've had in quite many years. What was it, $400 million?
Yes. That
he was advocating for in tax increases, of which 150 million were, or 100 to 150 million were going to occur as a result of the internet tax on the citizens of the state of Arkansas. And it's just one thing after another. It's just increasing your spending every year. What did he increase spending by $500 million over the last 3 years?
Yeah.
And he just continues to pour it on and pour it on. And the poor people of the state of Arkansas continue to have to cough up more and more of our money because he spends at the rate of $8,000 per capita throughout the state compared to the states around us. We're 40% more than the states around us. So, yes, well, I'll tell you what, it just stirs me up every time I think about it. It's just like, why do we have to continue to spend like we're spending in the state of Arkansas? It is amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy. And he puts 320,000 people on expanded Medicaid expansion at the tune of $2 billion a year. I mean, oh, holy cow.
I know.
I'm sorry, Paul.
I'm glad somebody else gets as fired up about this as I do. I mean, it makes me, it makes me at least happy that, look, I'm not the only one. Sometimes I think I'm crazy, about what this stuff's going on, and nobody's getting as bent out of shape about it. But I want to talk about the Arkansas Tea Party Alliance because you guys, I mean, I'm so excited to come to this convention. I really feel like, David, that there is so much momentum because just through the grapevine, I know that the establishment, they're nervous. I really do. I think they know that when their record is observed, not just, well, give us a chance, in 2015, give us a chance. We're going to end Medicaid expansion. Well, that was exposed as a complete lie. And now they're like, well, we've got to, we're past the healthcare thing. Right now we're going to do some real conservative stuff that we can all agree on. And then the same familiar faces, they just spin their wheels. We don't get anything done. I feel like the people There's more people who have come to the conclusion maybe that I was at a year or two before they were, but I think now there's so much body of evidence that is saying, look, we've got to mobilize, we've got to organize, and it's hard to organize liberty-minded people because we don't want to answer to anybody, and that's actually can be used to an advantage. But the Liberty Doesn't Matter third annual Arkansas Tea Party Alliance Convention for September the 16th. That's a Saturday from 8 a.m. to 4, the Robertson Center, new ballroom overlooking the Arkansas River and the Doubletree Hotel. Tickets are $30, and right now, folks, you can get them over at Facebook.com/Paul Talk Show. We have pinned the Eventbrite page to the top of our Facebook page at Facebook.com/Paul Talk Show. David, I know you're excited about this.
Oh, I am. Like you said, there's so many people that are interested in coming from all over around the state. We've talked to people in Southwest Arkansas, South Arkansas, Central, Northeast, Northwest, and a lot of people are talking about it, buying tickets, and cannot wait to come. It's going to be an exciting weekend, actually, because a number of us are going to come in on Friday night and have a pizza party and hopefully get spend some time with Mike Gallagher and some of the other folks that are presenting that evening. And it's going to be an exciting time. And there are people. There is apathy that's out there. There's people that are just shocked by what we've discussed a few minutes ago. But there are some people beginning to set their jaw, and they just want to discuss this thing and want to be able to get together with people of kindred spirits, sharing their thoughts and ideas about what's going on around the state.
You know, I recently moved neighborhoods up here in Northeast Arkansas where I am, and I'm still kind of getting to know my neighbors. I met one of them the other night, and lo and behold, he knew who I was, so he listens to the program. And that's always good. That's always nice when people are listening. But he just said, because now everybody that listens to the show when they see me out, they just shake their head and they say, what are we going to do about Asa? And I'm to the point where my response is, well, there's a chance that we have, there's always a chance that, you have a libertarian like Mark West, or you have something happen that maybe we don't know. We're not in control of this stuff. But for the most part, my answer is, David, we're going to have to endure him. We're going to have to wait him out. But we can, this is a new one, we can defeat him by not giving him a lapdog legislature. And that means that primaries are going to be really important because we don't need lapdogs for Asa. We need folks who are going to think for themselves and just implement the policies, vote for the policies of the people that sent them there. What are your thoughts?
That's true. We've been talking about this quite a bit over the last number of months, and we have got to go out and find individuals, vet them, and determine who is the better of the candidates or people that we have that are currently in office versus those that we're finding and vetting. And, the lapdog legislature is probably a very good name for this group because they have just simply followed day in and day out everything that this governor's wanted to do. His progressive agenda is just killing the state, and it's what we need to do is to do some of those things that you just mentioned. But we have to get out there and primary a lot of these folks and get their attention, and hopefully replace a number of them that have just been going the wrong direction from what they campaigned on. And the list is long.
Yeah.
About individuals who have done the opposite of what they said that they were going to do during the campaigning process.
Yeah. You're right. You're certainly right about that. So I'm excited about the breakout sessions. I mean, I know Conduit for Action will be there, and I know we'll have some other groups there as well. Americans for Prosperity, and others that are going to be. And the reason I'm saying this is because I want people to come to this event who have never been to a Tea Party meeting, because you don't have to be a member of the Tea Party to come. You're going to get so much great information, and you're going to meet other people who are like-minded that may have ideas, especially if you do want to get involved and start to become active in your local, your city, your county. I mean, this is a great opportunity for people, not just to be entertained, but to actually make some ground and eventually preserve or take back some of our liberty.
Right. ACRE is the three great breakout groups right now is AFP, AAI, and our Advanced Arkansas Institute. ACRE, which is Arkansas Center for Research and Economics out of Conway here at the UCA. That is true. We have a very conservative group at the University of Central Arkansas, and they're going to be talking about the tax reform. And that's a very significant thing that's going on in the state of Arkansas right now. I don't think that the path that the group is on is the path that ACRE's proposed, which is incredibly conservative, and it's a good path for the state of Arkansas.
You're talking about the tax farce.
But about the tax farce, exactly. But I'm telling you, they have a good message, and it's one that a lot of people need to hear, and they're good people. We're going to have a tort reform debate. That's a big issue that's before us in the state, and it's one that we're going to have two debaters, and we'll a little more on that a little bit later on. But that should be a very interesting breakout session. AFP has a veteran coming in that's going to be able to share a lot of his conservative principles and values, and he's shared with them a number of venues that they have, and he's incredibly popular. So I'll have more detail on that a little bit later on. But I'll tell you what, Commerce in Action is going to have a panel of the legislators, and that should be very exciting. It's one of our more popular events that occur at a convention, and it's backed by big demand, and we're going to have that in the big room. So everybody can experience that. And I tell you what, with the senators Linda Collins Smith and Brian King and Representatives Dan Sullivan and Josh Miller.
Oh, wow, that'll be fun.
Just those names. I mean, it's going to be that's going to be a fun panel, folks, and you need to come out just for that one thing. Yeah. But also, you're going to be able to get a little bit of breakfast, and you're going to have some lunch, and it should be a very exciting time. For $30, it's a full day. I'm glad that you mentioned the Arkansas Center for Research and Economics. I did not get to attend their presentation last year. I had to go to somewhere else, but I mean, I really want to be able to attend them all. You know, I know that's tough. That you're gonna have to kind of pick the best ones or the ones that are top of your list. But I'm told that Jeremy Horpendahl, Jason Bundrick. They have a new paper that's out or coming out. We've got them scheduled on the show next Wednesday from 4 to 5. They're going to come on. Good. They're going to talk about it. And this is specifically about Arkansas' spending problem. But I've been watching Jeremy Horpendahl's his Twitter feed today, and he is retweeting some great stuff and tweeting some things that are very similar to your numbers. And I mentioned you in that tweet. Did you see it? I did not, but I will go searching for it as soon as I'm off the air. Well, it's just your numbers. I mean, it's just your numbers, $7,000, it's almost $8,000 per capita and versus other states. And I just think to myself, wow, here's ACRE. They're really kind of echoing what you went and found. And I'm just curious, did you work with them at all or kind of give them some feedback? I did. You did? Yeah, I gave. We've had them over to the Tea Party here in Faulkner County a few times, and the last time they came in, we kicked that around and some of the numbers, and I've obviously shared with them our article that we ran, and which has been published in quite a few locations and papers around the state, which we're excited about. So those numbers are just staggering. Absolutely, it's just beyond belief that we would find ourselves in the state of Arkansas spending the way we do. So therefore, you have to prop up. You got to. If you got that much spending, you got to take it from the people. Yeah. And hopefully the people will stand up and say no more. We need to stop spending taxes. Spending you money the way you do, because the way that you spend it is just simply the wrong thing to do. David Crow, you are a gentleman and a scholar, the Arkansas Tea Party Alliance. Appreciate you coming on again, folks. Get your tickets Saturday, September 16th from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Robinson Center. Go to facebook.com/Paul Talk Show. And you can buy your tickets online right there. David, thanks for coming on. It's always a pleasure. Paul, thank you. It's the same at you. Take care, man. All righty. See you next time. Folks, got to take a break. Back in just a moment.